This week was a busy one. Right off the get-go, start of the week, I had showing with an out-of-town person on the cottage that I have listed at a very reasonable, very affordable price. And I didn't feel like they may have an agent. They didn't really want to disclose much. At certain points, I felt like maybe time of mine was kind of being disrespected. So it wasn't the greatest start there on the phone. It was just a little bit different of a situation. And then I ended up going anyways, because you never know. You want to at least give the people a shot and meet the people. I went. The showing was okay, and actually didn't seem like what I thought based on the way they were talking on the phone. So it turned out not to be too bad of a showing. And then right after that, what we did was another showing. This one was with a buyer that I'm working with a little bit more regularly. And this house came up right away. I went, showed it to him. It was day one. We wanted to be urgent with it just in case this was the property that he wanted to see. So we showed him this property. It was not the one for him, but it was good that right away he reacted. He understood the urgency of seeing these properties on the market right away. After that, we had a preview of a nice property. I believe it's around 5 acres, and a huge home with tons of potential and a massive shop. So I got to do or start a comparative market analysis on that property, which is amazing. And I also did the comparative market analysis for a farm. This farm has huge acreage, lots of workable land. The property itself is very unique. It's out in Wainfleet, so I got to work on that comparative market analysis, put my math skills to use for the property and what's workable, what's going to be a profitable part of the land. And that was really fun. So a couple comparative market analyses working on right there. I also had showings with buyers that I've known for a long time, and I knew they were going to be starting to look, and this was the first time I got to take them out and work with them, which is really nice. Really good people. They listen well, and they're very understanding of the process, and they're excited to get in. This is first time home buying shopping for them, so it's good to go out with them and kind of introduce them to the process and get started with them. I also had another listing this week. The listing was amazing. The seller was outstanding every step of the way. He listened to everything. Wind is really coming in right now. Listened to everything. My pricing, the stats, the market analysis, was full on board. He actually understood a little bit about the market analysis because this guy has started his real estate schooling, and that made it actually really easy for me. He understood the process. He understood when doing it properly, how much goes into it, and he listened to it. And we actually ended up getting multiple offers on that property, which is outstanding. That's obviously the goal when we list something. It was just so much easier when they listen to exactly what you're doing. They know what you're doing is your formula and the way that it should be done. And I'm very fortunate to have a seller who listened like that. And obviously the listing itself has been very successful because of it. So I'm really excited about that. I did have a chance to get out and play a little bit of right choice tennis with Joe on Friday. It was actually kind of funny when we were there. We went out to Fenwick this time. The Wainfleet courts, I think, suck. Not very good tennis courts. We went to Fenwick and they're gorgeous. The tennis club there is unbelievable. It's so much different. And at one point, there's a couple other people. They've got, I think, 5 courts there. So there's 2 other courts being used, and then we had one, and both of our phones were going a little bit crazy. So we'd be in the middle of a game and somebody's phone go off and it'd be like timeout. And at one point we were both working on our phones at this tennis club, and there were 2 other guys playing tennis that were way better than us. So we were working on our phones, and we had a nice little tennis match going on live in front of us, and we kind of just looked at each other and laughed because we're both doing what we do, and that is work whenever work is there. We tried to take a little break and get some tennis in, and we still ended up on our phones. Mine was dealing with some offers coming in. He was actually dealing with people he knows wanting to get into the buying, and he was actually talking with Casey because Casey was putting in an offer for somebody, and they were bouncing some ideas off of each other. So it was a funny circumstance. I enjoyed it, but it was just us doing what we do, and we're trying to get out there, have a little break, play some tennis, but when there's work there, work has to be done. It was a very, very good week. It was a busy week. I love doing the comparative market analysis, and I really love it on unique properties. It's more challenging, but seeing these properties, going through them and pricing them out is awesome. So this week was actually very unique with the farm, with this other 5-acre property with a huge shop. It was really a good week that way, and it was busy week. Comparative market analysis, they're not just a couple hours and done. It's not a dart being thrown at the wall. They're done properly. So I enjoyed the week. It was a good week in real estate for me, and obviously a successful listing is a big contributor to that. So hopefully this week we can find another listing from one of these market analysis that I've been working on and get that one listed as well, and have another seller making some more money, and hopefully I can put even more money in their pocket than just that suggested list price. But that's been my week. It's a good week, no complaints here. Hoping next week's even better.